I am the fall of the Wheel of Fortune, the 10th arcana. This will be your third test of your judgment.
Why am I not surprised? Ah!
What the hell was that about?
We've been asking the same question for the last 3 times we fought these motherfuckers. Game is really trying my patience with this bullshit.
It's a castle of black. So that's the name of this place, huh?
It was not during this visit that it was taken over and fell into ruin, but during a fantasy of war with that Prussia as an ally that we conquered.
Interesting that Austria knows about the supposed war, but we already established that he wasn't Empress, the Arcana that we fought at the Castle of White. How the hell does Austria know about this war? Did Rev end up talking about it to him? Somebody must have put acid or something in her tea. Also, was there much reason for there being a fantasy war? The only war as far as anime goes highlighted that Italy was directly involved with, beside World War II, was the Italian Wars. But that wasn't involving China, Greece or Japan at all, so what was the point? Justice didn't think of infiltrating the ruins to fight these nations, so it could have saved us a lot of hassle to get to fight him.
Everything will be alright.
These 5 words would end up being used in a song in Detroit Become Human.
No, seriously, is this actually happening?
England's reaction is accurate of how we felt about this Japan Justice romance.
Stick a finger out my mouth!
England shouldn't be able to talk properly with France's finger over his mouth. Fact. Character gets stabbed while confessing his love cliche. So here's a question, is this Japan seeing justice die or is it Hermit? I'm having a hard time believing that Japan would react in such a way when in the anime he says he doesn't like expressing emotions. Also, why are none of the nations helping him? Japan was begging them to help, but they all just stand there and be like, he's gonna die. What assholes!
Yes, this is it. This shall be your final test. Your final test of judgment.
Oh, for f***'s sake, what is the reason for these judgment test bullshit?
Now your real test may take place. The test to access this forbidden sanctuary.
Oh, that was a pre-test? Super lame.
So not only were the 3 individual ones pointless, but apparently you might have to fight them again to access an area that Rev does not appear in whatsoever.
Final test of judgment.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I do not know what orders they were under to lead you here and give this test, but they were surely not mine.
Are you f***ing kidding me? The very Arcana with the name Judgment was not the one sending the Wheel of Fortune Arcanas on these tests? Why the f*** is Rev trolling them so damn hard right now? Also, why did they bother using other Arcanas to kill the nations? And where is World at this point? So many goddamn questions! Both England and Judgment survives this. These 3 nations are left behind, wondering how the hell they got dragged into this meandering adventure. Here's Precious' reaction after America gained independence from England.
I can see the bruise mark on your neck.
Really? France can't tell that this is not a bruise but marking of a decapitated head? Also, this is a big clue that this isn't the real England. Magic was able to hide his long hair and pirate's outfit, but not the markings? Also, Judgment wouldn't have been able to make the marking around the neck unless he was suffocated him or strangling him, and as far as I'm concerned, it was neither. Since England never acted like this to France in front of her, Apple Bloom doesn't think to signal to Germany or the others that this is not the real England.
I want to be with France.
England says at no point in the original manga or anime whatsoever.
I can't even imagine how it must have felt to see him, in your arms like that.
Wait, what? How did Magic know about Justice's death? He's technically a complete dream being and he wouldn't have had England's memories. Not to mention none of the nations said anything about it beforehand. On top of that, Magic was trapped in his place, so how could he have known? Magic reenacts the spinning head scene from The Exorcist.
He saw my head come off.
It didn't come off. It spun 180 degrees, you asshat.
When I went back there, I found another path. I think the exit was near there.
Unfortunately, we have to go through 3 rage-inducing puzzles in order to get to that exit. Hooray!
Did he get kidnapped or something? Again? I don't think he escaped judgment at all. So, who was that other England?
My first guess is Rev, but we established earlier that it was pretty unlikely. It's f***ing obvious, Dio mio, you are stupid!
Finally, one of the nations knows what we were frustrated about for this whole realm. Thank you, Romano. As a reward, we will remove 3 sins.
That's what you did to me. You put a seal on my magic. Why?
You are escaping. I had no choice. My orders are to keep you here.
Wouldn't this mean Magic had the same spell cast on him earlier? How the hell was he able to move about, let alone mimic England, if the spell restricted magic and movement? Also, what was the point in the spell if Magic somehow managed to break it? If that didn't work earlier, what was the guarantee that it would work now? The fight against Judgment was long enough for the spell to unbind and allow England to escape.
Wait, your neck is still attached.
How the f*** did Judgment not see this earlier? It was pretty obvious where the markings were on Magic's neck. It wasn't hiding under the collar or anything. How did he not see that when England was lying down back at the treehouse?
He tricked me! Magician!
Character screens and rage cliche. How did the others know that England escaped here? They couldn't have been behind judgment or anything, otherwise they would have seen him and never needed to ask about a screen that they heard off screen. Scene does not contain a Fuck UK lap dance. Yet another sacrifice to save a friend cliche is pretty much milked to death in this game. You know, for a death scene that lasts for a while, both England and France are pretty calm, surprisingly.
I can't watch this.
Japan reacts how we all feel about the scene. Also, how come Japan is uncomfortable about seeing this, but England and France don't react at all?
Love me!
Fucking hell, Magi! If you were able to turn into an angel, why didn't you use this form to be able to escape this century? Also, Magi, with all the power of magic, waits for Judgment to die to use that magic to bring him back to life because... reasons, I guess? Even with Magi now as an angel and Judgment in his birthday suit complete with rows of a crotch, scene still does not contain a lap dance.
What the hell just happened?
You saw exactly what just happened, you dumb shithead.
You shall burn in the fiery hell you have brought upon yourselves. Prepare to face the wrath of the sixth arcana, the lovers.
What? There are a new set of arcana? But how?
A good question that remains unanswered for the rest of the game.
Oh, oui, I wonder what gave Italy such a silly idea that you and I could be.
I'm aware that Italy can think up silly ideas, but why this? Isn't France and England technically fighting against Italy as it is taking place during World War II? Don't pull that suck over my eyes, game. Also, at no point aside from the marriage episode were these two in love in the manga or anime. They've been at each other's throats for over 100 years, but there was no sexual tension of any kind between these two. Italy's one up idiot for assuming this bullshit. Dreamtalia cuts the flashback sequence cliche. Also, this takes place before Italy falls under, so how do the Arcanas already look like the nations when the host hasn't even been under yet? Also, Rev mentions about the fusing process, so this means Rev did know about the other nations coming, but this contradicts when Rev asked about how they were there at Chariot's factory. Make up your f***ing mind, Rev! This symbolic event cliche I would have forgiven if it didn't play the whole thing that we already seen earlier!
I didn't want to be. The prophecy did not come true, so I was rejected of my crown. So Rev sent the Castle of White after us.
That's a dumbass reason for attacking the Castle of Black to begin with. All because Hermit didn't want to fuse with Japan? He didn't have a problem with the fact Austria didn't fuse with Emperor, so what the fuck?
Is that blood running down his cheeks?
Nah, it's just ketchup.
I killed him. The blood is on my hands. We will never be together again. Neither here or in the afterlife. Justice.
Except Hermit was not the one who killed Justice. It was Rev. Why would Hermit blame himself for a death that wasn't caused by him at all? We were all there! America's hug has a powerful effect cliche.
Everything will be alright. Everything will be.
That f***ing what? God damn it!
Well, that was a waste of time.
Another sin-off thanks to Romano. This is the only time in this game you get to play as one of the female nations. This is how the developers at Nintendo came up with the language for the Animal Crossing games. Now we know who was responsible for Germany's tug. Also, if this is supposed to reference how Holy Roman Empire Germany was somehow connected or related, I'm afraid that theory ship had long since sailed and debunked by the creator of Italia. Sorry folks.
Why does he refer to death as a friend? He wanted to die, and has seen many people die in this realm from both E's and the Arcana's point of view. At this point, he has already made peace with the idea of death.
Though this happens to another character, it's still foreshadowing. I'm not too sure if this was related to the Kraken or intentionally hentai. Until we have clarification, it's still a sin.
I'm in control of the nation of the sea!
He's ruled over this nation with an iron fist. But a gentle respect for rain.
I don't think Rev has done any research about how nations live and work. They're not humans for starters, and it's more than just conquering for them. Also, out of all the nations that Rev picked for Star/Sealand, he picked England, but why? Just because Sealand was part of England's colony doesn't mean England was a good role model to him. Just saying. Looks like someone from Sonic Team at Sega will have a word with the creators about Star's Hammer.
A paper doesn't give you that kind of strength.
That's some shady to say when America is nearby. Sealand goes through puberty backwards. One of these things just doesn't belong here. About time, Finland! This is still the sin of character comes to rescue our protagonist cliche. Group splits up to enter final boss section cliche.
Landing in water would probably be safer than landing in snow.
Okay, first of all, you thought the snow was okay to land on as you jumped out of a plane without a parachute, and you managed to break your back. Second of all, did this happen before in the Hetalia Painted White movie? Has this not happened yet in the timeline? England got washed up ashore without drowning. Also, how come England is the only one close to the shore? How did the others go inland? If you expect me to believe that the others woke up but didn't bother to check on England, that's a bullshit move on their part.
Then again, if Italy's mind was bright and cheery on the forefront, I suppose it's possible there's a lot of darkness under it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the plot of Renascita. For some reason, Prussia is the only one to save Canada, not America, his own brother.
I'm sorry for not being able to help you.
Once again, this hints at the previous host that Russia knew and England was helping before he died, but wouldn't this mean he blames England for not figuring out how to save him? I mean, England knew about this whole time. Screw the Force Reef, England is the true villain of this game. Jesus, finally! What the took you so long?
He mentions it. This was Chariot's cape, wasn't it? Why is he wearing it?
Wait, there's no way Canada could possibly know that. We saved him after Chariot, not before. I thought he only knew about the kingdom he ruled, so there's no way he knew that Chariot was near him at all. Also, when did World get the cape anyway? Did he hide out and somehow survive the factory destruction and stole it off of him after finding and weeping in front of the carnage?
America? Who's America?
This is a reenactment of Greed's fusion with Ling in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Also, Rev knew that fusion was a thing, as this has happened to Japan, but why didn't World think of doing that? He's the guardian to Rev, so he must have known. This would have given World more purpose being fused to America than having to have him here and there for no reason.
That's what you meant. He almost killed you because you wanted to be America.
So, Rev invades the Castle of Black because Hermit didn't want to fuse with Japan, but only scars up World's back because he wanted to be America? Okay, America survives this. Also, how the f*** did Moon have this charmed blade? And when would they have used it originally? They wouldn't have been able to use it on Rev because he's not an Arcana, he's a Dreamreaper. Is this supposedly convenient to the plot for Japan/Hermit? I guess it is.
This won't be the last of me. I will be back, and I will kill you all. Your body will be mine!
In Dreamtalia too. So, Rev had an Arcana that looked like Germany this entire time and didn't think to either release him sooner or better still fuse him with Germany? This is dumb even for a creature like the Force Reef.
Beast! Are you okay? I'll be fine.
I was afraid of this. He might be too strong.
No England, the Arcana's name is Strength, you asshole. Germany cannot be harmed because of charm cliché. Germany drops a scar when Rev impersonates Italy so Rev could steal the cross off of him. That's a bullshit move, Germany. Rev, who was able to kill nations without people noticing is fooled for a short stretch of time by cloud gazing with the others so the real Germany could talk to Italy. This somehow works, so we'll go along with it. Rev stabs him through the heart and yet Germany doesn't die from this. Also, does this make the charm of Germany being invisible vanish when Rev kills him? What was the f***ing point if you were going to kill him anyway? Character dying in a friend's arms cliché. Once again, a friend of theirs is dying and other nations try to help him. What dicks!
I killed you. I killed you with my bare hands. You could not kill death, Joker.
Death Ex Machina. Also, Death appears just in time to bring Germany back to life for the last fight of the game.
Welcome to the darkness, Rev.
That's dark, even for England. No pun intended. Character spins in panic as they transform cliché. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Oh, f*** you, game, for reminding me why I had nightmares right from the start. I'll take 3 sins off for this.
Blimey!
So that's what it really looks like.
Kinda disappointing as the Shadow's version of Rev was scarier than this. This is like an alternative design of Freddy Krueger crossed with DC's Joker or even the ghastly Grinner.
You've gone mad.
No, you think? The game is offering a good and bad ending, but bear in mind that if you take the good ending, Italy gets set free, but World is still in America's head somehow. And if you take the bad ending, Italy dies supposedly, and Germany falls under, so England had to jump in to save them both and get an even better ending than this game's good ending. Take your pick.
Let me stay. Put the crown back on my head. Put the cross back on my neck. Love me all you want.
No.
No?
I can't do this anymore.
Are you fucking serious? Rev was practically ready to kill the nations of Italy, but now he does this woe is me bullshit out of nowhere. Game is fucking with me right now.
Good morning.
How could Italy possibly know that it's morning time? He doesn't have a watch on and no one tells the time until later, not to mention the curtains were drawn, so how could he know what time of day it is?
You guys, we should all find a pancake house.
6 in the morning?
So how long exactly were the nation sleeping for? I'm aware the game is a good 20 hours long, but it takes longer to escape from cells, fly to meetings, and for nations to come help look after them, without a toilet break, may I add. They may as well have been asleep for 1 day and a half, without a toilet break, I dare say. Time card. Game has taken the time to show us a scenario of where are they now a month after the events of the story.
America? You coming? America? Are you okay?
How about you mind your own goddamn business?
I'm sorry.
Better be.
Fucking hell, world, what did Canada do to you? Also, has World been doing this to America for a month? But if so, then why hasn't Canada mentioned anything to England to say something is wrong with America? On top of that, what happened to the other Arcanas? Rev manages to find a friend near the end of the game, but we never see any of the Arcanas ever again apart from the sequel. So if Japan manages to separate World and defeat him, how the hell did World still manage to latch itself into America? We have to wait until the sequel, don't we? Damn it! This game is not complete without the symbolic beginning cliché.
Until next time, unpleasant dreams.